Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and if you have time, subscribe. Well, another warm morning, 81 degrees. I know people want to know Celsius, but I'm an old hillbilly who grew up with Fahrenheit. Anyway, what are we going to talk about today? I'll tell you the rest of the story. Chickens. I know, you've heard the story before.
We have two, I think.
Yeah, probably have. Grace and I, as you know, are working hard at trying to get our chickens up to par and everything. Now we're struggling. We actually had, over the past few days, we've lost, I think, 4, maybe 5 chickens. And we got all of our stalls, except for one, which has our pullets in, occupied with sick chickens. What are they sick from? Well, I took a picture of one, which I'll show you, and looked it up, and it's fowl pox. Where they're getting it, I don't know. No, there's nothing in the area, so undoubtedly they've had it since we brought the chickens home. That's the only thing I can anticipate, because if it's due to what they say, mosquitoes is the biggest carrier of it, then the surrounding chickens here would also be getting it. But no, so undoubtedly they've had to have it to start with. That's the only determination there is. Hopefully, with the isolation and quarantine that we've been doing, well, we can keep the loss to a minimum. Several of them have gotten better, by the way, with treatment. What has been working better than medication, to be honest with you, is a mixture that they've put together with garlic, something else, I forgot what she showed me, that they've been giving the chickens, and it seems like it's working. I hate when I forget things. It might have been ginger in water, and chlorine, which the chlorine is just a minimum, probably a teaspoon per liter or quart, which measurement you use, if that much. Now I've ordered me a commercial sprayer, pump sprayer, nothing fancy, which holds roughly 2 gallons, and we're going to start on a daily basis after they come off from roost to spray it down with chlorinated water. Hopefully this will help. And also, when they're on roost, spray the grounds, the surrounding area, with chlorinated water. Now, I've also have chatted with several people that are Filipinos, that is, that are raising chickens, and they've experienced this. And basically, that's what they've been doing. And they give their chickens chlorinated water also, in very small amounts. They call it Zorox. It's actually, if you're from the U.S., you're familiar with Clorox. It's their version of Clorox. And it's very minimum. So, and I know my well water that we're using appears to not have anything in it, because I've got bottles of water that have been sitting for weeks, and there's no growth in it. That's a good sign, and it's exposed to sunlight and so forth, just to make sure. It's the only way I know how I can test it without finding a lab. My water test equipment I have, and does the pH and so forth. It's all normal, except it's a little bit high in minerals. Which I've filtered most of it out. So my water, if it became necessary, probably would be safe to drink to an extent, except for the minerals. There's a little bit heavy in minerals. I can't specify which ones is in it. That's my biggest concern. But I'm quite sure it'd be heavy metals because of all the fertilizing going on with the sugarcane fields. And you know, all that gets down into the water table. Anyway, me and Grace have been very concerned with what's going on. We will overcome this. I'm already, as you're well aware of, got eggs in incubator. I just had a new chick born. And I've decided that the one stall that where I got the least amount of problem with chickens, once they are show signs of being better, I'm going to put my breeding hens in there with the rooster, and in order to build my flock up, get my numbers back in play. I just hate it because one of my chicks that passed away is a golden buff, and that's disturbing because I only had 3. But later on, if it becomes necessary, I can arrange to get another one, hopefully, if need be. If I'm lucky enough to have a rooster and a hen. I'm pretty sure I got a hen. The rooster is a flip of a coin. I can't really tell yet. I'm not good at determining male and female. Especially on these breeds, some of them are a little harder to tell. And I can tell that my black astrolots, what's left of the flock, I do have a few roosters and hens. So once they start laying, I'll build those up. But that's the chicken story, and we're on a learning curve, as they call it. Having my coffee also. Good old Maxwell House. And with our learning curve, we're getting educated. And of course, you guys know that our entry to our gate, that's where the water is. And also, that's where we keep spray bottles handy to spray our shoes and so forth. When we go in, try to keep the place, as, I won't say sterile, but try to keep the bacteria and stuff that will make the chicken sick at a minimum. But that's what we're dealing with, folks. Like I said, our pullets, they're in a separate cage right now because they're not big enough to turn loose. They're doing good. Try to post a few pictures of them too. So that's the rest of the story, guys. And since you heard it, subscribe. Thank you, everyone. Thank y'all for listening to Dumb Old Hillbilly.